From Lagos, the nation's commercial capital, this is the news at 10, live from Channels Television. Reported tonight, Ijoma Oyato.
Hello and welcome. Tonight, more brazen attacks by Boko Haram in Adamawa State, over 50 people killed. Kano experiences 2 suicide attacks, 3 people killed at the NNPC mega station. Muslims in southern Nigeria also mark Eid al-Fitr. Prominent leaders call for peace and tolerance in the country. And Nigeria heightened surveillance at borders over Ebola spread as Arik Air suspends flight operations to Monrovia.
On business news tonight, financial markets across the country are closed today and tomorrow to mark Eid al-Fitr.
And on sports news tonight, Team Nigeria puts up a good performance on day 5 of the 2014 Commonwealth Games, winning 3 medals in the process.
I'm Gloria Umezuke, and from Abuja, Eid al-Fitr celebrations continues in more states across the country.
We begin with this frightening attack launched separately on 3 local government areas of Adamawa State, northeast Nigeria. Over 50 people are said to have died. Among those killed were 4 soldiers who died during a gun battle with the sect in Garkida community in Gombe local government area. Garkida is a border town between Adamawa and Borno states and located south of the Sambisa forest, which is believed to be the hiding place of the sect. Residents of Garkida community told Channels Television that the insurgents who stormed the town around 5 in the evening on Sunday overpowered the security forces in the town and laid siege on the community. Eyewitnesses said several residents of the town were killed in the attack, while 2 churches and many houses there were also destroyed. The gunmen also attacked Madagali and Hong local government areas, killing scores of people and carting away food items. It was gathered that the village head, one of the communities in Hong Council, retired Wing Commander Dauda Daniel, has been declared missing following the attack. While commiserating with the victims of the attacks, the acting governor of Adamawa State, Ahmadu Fintiri, said the government is collaborating with other security agencies to control the activities of the terror group. Well, I'm afraid it's a tragic day as well in Kano, with a female suicide bomber triggering an explosive device at the NNPC service station, killing 3 innocent Nigerians. 7 others also sustained injuries during the incident, which occurred at the Hotoro quarters along Meduguri Road in Kano. This will be the 3rd bomb attack in Kano in just 24 hours.
The festive period is interrupted, not for good. 2 female suicide bombers at different times and locations detonate bombs, killing themselves and others not too lucky around them. The first suicide bomber was said to have walked into a filling station where people, mostly women, queued to buy kerosene. And shortly after that one, another female bomber attempts to pass a security check at ShopRite on Zoo Road. She detonates the bomb, killing herself and injuring 6 others, including 2 policemen. The police commissioner, Adenrele Shinaba, says the state is on high alert as few arrests have been made since the return of bomb attacks in the state. Kano State in recent days have been under tension after the discovery of explosives at the Eid prayer ground. No group has claimed responsibility for the attacks. The state's Deputy Governor Abdullahi Umar, who was at the scene of the blast, says government is conscious and fully aware of the new techniques now used by the terrorists.
While the president has condemned the terrorist attacks in Kano and Adamawa states, as well as the kidnap of the Lamido of Kolofata in northern Cameroon and the wife of the vice prime minister of Cameroon, the president described as shocking, callous and reprehensible the multiple bomb blasts that occurred in Kano within 24 hours, adding that the abductions in Cameroon clearly underscores the regional security threat that Boko Haram has become. In a statement by his special advisor on media and publicity, Ruben Abati, the president noted that the deployment of young women as suicide bombers represents a new low in the inhuman campaign by these terrorists and an expression of utter disregard for the dignity of the female gender and the girl child. President Jonathan says he's hopeful that with the continued cooperation between Nigeria's security forces and their counterparts in neighboring countries, the war against terror will surely be won. In the meantime, the force public relations officer, Mr. Frank Mba, has described today's bomb attacks as callous, wondering why some Nigerians will decide to kill their fellow citizens. He told our correspondent, Omelogo Nadi, that the activities of Boko Haram have not just become a Nigerian issue, but a regional and continental one.
Yes, there was another unfortunate blast in Kano today. The incident happened at an NNPC mega filling station located at Hotoro Quarters, somewhere along Maiduguri Road in Kano. The incident occurred at about 10 a.m. while the attendants were actually selling kerosene to citizens. Unfortunately, a suicide bomber slipped into the crowd and obviously pretending to be one of the intending buyers, and within moments detonated the explosion, detonated the IEDs. The suicide bomber died instantly. She is suspected to be a female. 3 other innocent Nigerians actually also died in that incident, while 8 were reported injured.
Now, looking at the situation on ground and different incidences here and there, one would say that the terrorists appear to be gaining an upper hand. I mean, when you check an attack at one spot, they already attack another place. Wouldn't you say that the insurgents are gaining an upper hand and beating the security operatives to it?
I don't want to think so. Apart from a few instances where they carry out indiscriminate attacks, most of their attacks are usually well selected. They take their time to select their targets, select the location of the targets in order to achieve what you could call maximum fatality rates, in order to inflict extreme pains on the citizens.
Now, knowing where the Chibok girls are is not enough. Bringing them back home is the core issue. This is the cry of campaigners calling for the rescue of the abducted students. They're asking security officials to redouble their efforts in their rescue operations. At their sit-out in Abuja today, members of the group also expressed concern over the spate of attacks in Kano with the use of teenage girls as suicide bombers.
The opening prayer.
This is how campaigners calling for the rescue of 217 girls chose to celebrate the Eid al-Fitr holidays. They left their houses to gather at the Unity Fountain to continue their sit-out sessions, which is focused on demanding results from the rescue operations. For them, no retreat, no surrender is the word as they raise concerns over the use of teenage girls in recent bombings.
How come we now have more female suicide bombers? It was never the case before. But right now we are now talking about female bombers. Then there is a problem. 2 days ago we were talking about how you would have 100 days is long enough for somebody's ideologies to be changed. So these ladies have been taken in there. We are saying bring back our girls. Are we sure that when they come back, they are still our girls?
This morning at the filling station, at a petrol station, the suicide bomber targeted the group of citizens who were queuing up to buy cheap kerosene. Turned out it was a female suicide bomber. Yesterday, the bomber at the Northwest University was also a female. Just about 2 hours ago, another female bomber at close to ShopRite in Kano.
While government and security forces say they are working tirelessly to ensure the safe return of the girls, these campaigners are calling on other Nigerians on the need to constantly remind government to match its words with action.
It's not as if Nigerians have moved on. We cannot afford to move on. There are 219 girls that are waiting for us, waiting to be rescued, and we should not forget that fact. We should not, in whatever we are doing. Yesterday was such a depressing day, knowing that there are 290 girls out there that they cannot come in and ask their parents for what they want. They cannot come in and make demands. We have our children, they make demands on us, but those kids can't do that anymore because somebody somewhere has just decided that they shouldn't be allowed to. It is high time we make this a priority for every Nigerian. Every Nigerian should come out and make this issue of the Chibok get a priority. Because as long as we allow it to go on, as long as we allow those girls there, we are sending a signal that all of us, we are expendable. Anybody can be taken, that's what it means.
Time is ticking away fast, as it's over 105 days since 275 girls were kidnapped in their school in Chibok, Borno State. What many Nigerians are eager to see happen in the days ahead is the safe return of the girls.
Well, in part two, after the break, the destitute in Lagos also get a feel of Eid al-Fitr. That's in a moment. Please stay with us.